Migrants living in a camp near railroad tracks in Central Park got swept this morning, and they moved to a second spot, and the city immediately swept them again. Our Angeline McCall joins us now from Green Valley Ranch. Angeline, you were literally following the migrants as they moved today.
Yeah, 3 locations, in fact, from that original encampment here to this second encampment. And then all of them here, they eventually took that shelter option from the city because the city changed the terms, increased the length of stay that they could stay at a shelter. So this is what's left as of right now. You can see advocates have taken down the tents. There were about, I would say, roughly 40 people here and 20 tents in total when we arrived. Like you mentioned, the original encampment was in Central Park. This is in Green Valley Ranch. And when we got here and the migrants were already here, police arrived, people were incredibly frustrated to the point that we spoke with one gentleman. He has a family back in Venezuela. He came here to work, and he said that he was at his wit's end and wanted to accept an offer from the city for a bus ticket out of town.
Estamos cansados. Por eso es que tomo la decisión de irme, porque el que busca encuentra. Yo no puedo estar todo el tiempo viviendo en la calle así. Yo tengo familia. No puedo.
Oscar was at the original location, then moved to this second location. Now, afterwards, he changed his mind. He initially wanted the bus ticket. Then the city changed those terms. So in the end, he and everyone else at the second camp decided to take up the offer because for single adults alone, they were able to stay for 7 days versus the initial 3 that they were offered. The term of stay remained the same for families, 30 days. Now, however, we do know that there are additional camps that broke off from that first camp in Central Park, and those folks are still possibly on the street tonight.
Just place to place. And it interrupts their lives. Like, they can't go to work, they can't look for work, they can't work on anything else other than just survival.
So Oscar, the gentleman you heard from, he says he's going to try 7 days. He's going to see how it works out for him. Now, as far as the others, we'll see what happens. Many of them, didn't want to go into shelter because of all of the restrictions and rules when it comes to being in the shelter. And they just say, it's a small amount of time to go back out on the street and do the exact same thing. In fact, one woman that we saw at the original encampment, I saw her back at the Zunai encampment in October. And so she's been living on the street for the better part of 8 months.
Angeline, it's interesting to see the city of Denver walk this tightrope, insisting that it is a welcoming city for migrants, but increasingly saying welcoming only on our terms, and the terms have gotten stricter.
Terms have gotten stricter, and advocates here criticized before the length of stay was increased. They criticized, hearing those bus tickets being offered, because at the end of the day, they felt like it was an opportunity for the city to get people out of town, kind of cat and mouse race, get them from one location to the next, get them frustrated to the point that they'd take a bus ticket. And so, but when the terms changed, the man that we spoke to, he changed his mind about wanting to stay in Denver. And ultimately, another woman we talked to said, you just can't escape them. We don't want to go in a shelter, but if they just find us at the next place, where do we go?
Angeline McCall, thank you for your work today.